Morning again.
Morning, guys.
Another day.
That's
another
nice
cruise.
this morning.
No,
It's very overcast this morning, so
the tower low pressure's coming.
we're hoping to get the locks done, aren't we, Josh, before
Yeah.
it comes in.
But yeah, lovely morning at Dickens Heath. Lovely and quiet. And if you want good internet, more here because there's an antenna just there, and you get like 700 megabytes per second. It's just crazy.
You can upload your vlogs if you're vloggers.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
I played with my mates and downloaded a few games while I was there. Yeah, so we're going to head. What, you felt a drop on me then?
Oh no, not already.
Yeah, so we've got to head 4 miles down to, oh god, Lapworth locks, yeah. And there's 20 locks there for us though, but luckily we're not going down to Stratford because the flight is like 30 odd locks. I think it's almost as much as Tardy Big if you want to go all the way, you know, to Lowsonford or something like that. But we're not doing that, of course, because the Stratford Canal is actually, well, it's where there's a lock closed on there and it's not going to open until the 15th of May anyway.
Oh,
I mean 30th of May.
There's a few stoppages around.
Yeah.
It's going to stop a lot of hire boaters. For a start, the Cheshire Ring and the Bridgewater, you can't do that.
Yeah. Tardy Big's out of action now because the wall's burning in, and that happened at Marple, and it took them 9 months to fix at Marple, so don't know what's going to happen there. Also, Bevere Lock. So I don't know what's going on down there, but loads of stuff is just breaking. Yeah, we're alright on our. No, we're not actually. There's a couple of stoppages on the Neen at the moment.
Yeah, which we want to go on to. Yeah. That's what we want to go on to the Neen.
So we've got to keep an eye on those. There's one going to be updated today, so I'm going to wait for that today. So I follow their page. It's the best place to find stoppages on the Neen and the other navigations. Visit Anglian Waterways, it's called. They also got one on a railway bridge, which I don't know what's happening with. There's no end date to that apparently. I don't know. They're very vague, so it's annoying. But we'll have to see. Keep an eye on it because we're not going to go on until early April anyway. So got a little bit of time yet. Yeah, we're going to head to Lapworth, go down the 20 locks there, and get onto the Grand Union Canal. More up at Turner's Green probably, which is about 4 miles before Hatton, and we'll do Hatton Tuesday with Dad. Yeah.
Well,
Mum does not like Hatton.
Not sure yet. I think your dad might be doing the locks.
Like your dad did.
I can't stand Hatton. It's just wind and wind and wind and horrible.
Good workout. Really good workout. I mean, Jesus Christ, I sweat buckets when I do those locks. It doesn't matter if it's minus 20, I will sweat. Anyway, let's try and enjoy the cruise. So this is the UK Canal map. We are down here at Dickens Heath in Birmingham on the North Stratford Canal. Today we begin by heading down a nice section of canal to Hockley Heath. Just after that there will be a couple of lift bridges before we reach the Lapworth Lock flight, where we'll head down 19 of them to Kingswood Junction, where we'll then join the Grand Union Canal, heading to Rowington and then through a tunnel at Shrewley, before reaching Hatton, where we're more up. It can cruise 11 miles and 19 locks. I thought I'd fly my drone here so we could get a look at the Earlswood lakes, as there's a mysterious arm here and I've always wondered where it went, which is now used for private moorings. It actually leads to 3 man-made reservoirs built in the 1820s to, of course, supply water to the Stratford-upon-Avon Canal, and they still do this to today. The CRT still own the lakes. You see, we can go about 9 miles on any locks, but once we get to the end of that 9 miles, it's 55 locks down to Stratford, where it joins the Avon. So those locks require a lot of water, and that's why they had to build a series of reservoirs along the top pound of the canal to keep it topped up, as of course all that water would end up back in the Avon without being able to get back up here. Construction took nearly 5 years to complete, and the labour force included prisoners of war from the Napoleonic Wars, at a cost of around £300,000. Because of how close they were to Birmingham, it became a popular destination for tourists in the 1900s, and even had its own railway station. But believe it or not, there is an Earlswood Lake monster. Fishermen have reported having their lines cut and witnessed attacks on ducks by a creature braided in the press as the Earlswood Lake monster. But it was just a alligator snapping turtle. It was actually caught by fishermen and is now at West Midlands Safari Park. Wow, that's sad. That should be a beautiful, nice canal-side cottage, but it's completely burnt out, I think. Oh God, why are there so many logs now? Winter's over. Oh dear, there's a police boat about. Be warned, he's got a mobile speed camera. You can actually get diesel pump out and water here. The water is £2 though, but never really appears to be anyone here. I guess you have to call them. Well, thankfully nothing was coming here. Smell the pasties from here. Oh God, I regret not stopping off here. Wedge's Bakery, the famous Wedge's Bakery. Ah, damn it, I should have stopped. I don't know why I didn't. I guess because I'm on a diet. But it has everything you could possibly imagine in a bakery, and it's beautiful, really nice stuff. I got the nicest tomato bread in there last time. Looks like they've been doing a lot of cutting back on this canal. As I remember when I did it last time, there was loads of overgrown trees and it was a lot busier, and it's quite a narrow, shallow canal, and there was a lot of close calls. Oh yeah, there's no way you can make this one go. Like I say, very narrow, shallow canal, and quite hard on a 70-foot boat. Wow, this bridge has taken some beatings over the years, hasn't it? But it does just show you how strong they were built. We're at Hockley Heath now, and as you can see there's a little arm down there. It didn't go very far at all. And it is in water, but yeah, you can't really go in there anymore. And I assume it used to be the old wharf for Hockley Heath and for the Wharf Tavern there, which is a nice pub. There is also a fish and chip shop here too, and a co-op, making it quite a good place to stop off. Well, we're entering into Warwickshire now. Now I've got to do my first of 2 drawbridges, which take quite a few turns to do. But just as Mum got through, disaster struck. "A boat's coming," she said, and it was an ABC hire boat. All the places to meet a boat, we had to meet one here. It made things awkward as well because there was another boat around the bend, so Mum had nowhere to land for me to get on. So I had to jump on and leave the bridge open. Luckily, the ABC boat was happy to shut the bridge. And then trying to get round the boat moored on the bend, we got grounded. That is a bit. And here we are at the start of the Lapworth locks, and I was very happy to see that the lock was on our side and the gate was even open.
Are they all walking distance or?
The 26 locks here at Lapworth were constructed in 2 phases. Locks 2 to 20 between Kingswood Junction and Hockley Heath opened in 1803, providing a connection with the Grand Union Canal. Now, locks 21 to 27 south of the junction were opened in 1816, 13 years later, with the lower section of the canal heading down to Stratford-upon-Avon. It may not seem like a flight to begin with because the first 4 locks are quite spaced apart, and then we really do get into a proper flight. I had to tell Mum to absolutely bounce it out of the lock because the overflow weir coming down from the previous pound was going to pound the boat. Here we are, this is where the proper flight begins, and this lock was on our side, just needed a little bit extra water, which was great because that pretty much meant that the whole flight should be on our side. If you remember when we previously came through this flight a few years ago, a swan and its cygnets got into the lock with us. And looks like that might happen again. I was hoping he'd climb out, and I tried luring him out with bread. And I had to tell Mum to just reverse out and he would go out. Wish he did in the end, which was brilliant. You will notice with the lock numbers they aren't actually the same as what the lock is. They're one behind because I'm doing it to count how many locks we've done. It's a bit of a rough angle to get into the next lock for 70-foot boats. You sort of have to use the wall to turn the boat. We actually met a fellow boat going up who were subscribers, so shout out to them, who kindly passed out the way for us because we were too long to do that. Here at Lock 13, I know I say Lock 12, but that's the amount of locks we've done, as I said before. There used to be an old Canal shop that we went to a few years ago. We got a few plaques, and it was just over the other side of the lock, but sadly it looks like it's now shut down, which is a real shame really. Because I was thinking about going in there again and getting some more plaques that I need.
Too much water to open the lock gate.
There's a little bit of a break now between this lock and the next lock, which is a place people like to moor. And I guess someone set off when they knew we were emptying the lock. Because at the next lock, a boat was ahead of us. As Mum's much more social than me, she decided to take over and I was having a rest on the boat. Well, it wasn't really a rest, to be honest, because I did actually do a lot in the locks as well, such as opening a paddle, then opening the gates, and then shutting the gates as well. And to shut the gate, I just needed to use a barge pole, which was easy enough. And it saved Mum coming back up and having to jump over the lock gates, which she can't do. God, the state of that one. Oh, a bit of a bloody shock. God. There was a problem though, because the towpath appeared to be closed between this lock and the next, and just below this lock was the water point. And where did it just so have to be closed? Right at the water point. Couldn't make it up.
lock's open, ready for you to go in.
I'm ready to go.
You couldn't make it up, could you?
This was a very interesting situation, which I did think about if I found myself in it, and that was the fact that there is two locks here, duplicate locks. One heads down towards Stratford, which is the way we do not want to go, and one goes onto the link with the Grand Union Canal, which is the way we want to go. However, the one that heads down to Stratford is on our side, but the one that heads down to the link is not. So in order to save water, it's best for me to use the one that heads down to Stratford. You may be thinking though, well, how are you going to get onto the Grand Union now? Well, there's a little secret below this lock, which some of you may not know about. But firstly, I want to warn some people who don't look at stoppages. There is a stoppage down on the Stratford Canal at the moment, which is going to last until the end of May, as there's a lock that's broken down there. The Avon Ring at the moment is just screwed, it really is. And then show us the Cheshire Ring. The whole network's fallen apart. Anyway, we won't get into that. But now we're going to go into this secret little arm which connects to where we want to go, the link with the Grand Union. So although it is a much harder manoeuvre, we did end up saving time and water thanks to using the lock that was on our side. Just made things a little bit more awkward, but interesting. We're now going to join the Grand Union Canal, which used to be the Warwick and Birmingham Canal, which opened in 1799. And the Stratford Canal to Kingswood Junction here opened in 1803, where there was a connection made.
Two o'clock, just made it through the Lapworth locks. Looks like, yeah, hard work. It went really good actually to start with.
Really lucky, weren't we, Josh?
We did, yeah. Actually, for once we had a lock flight on our side.
We
But
never
honestly,
do,
yeah. If you've been watching the videos, you've seen nearly every lock has been against us. But yeah, the luck did run out, unfortunately.
After about 15 locks.
Last 5, there was, I think someone jumped ahead of us.
Yeah, there was a lovely couple of guys on there, and bless them, they haven't been doing it for that long. So they were in. Josh has probably filmed it. We were in one lock. Josh, I done the locks.
Yeah, Mum's more social than me, so
I'm
I
more
said,
social, so I done the locks.
take over, I'd take the boat,
Yeah.
give my feet a rest.
I helped them through some, but they were lovely guys. We're just seeing them now.
And we're on the Grand Union. The Warwick and Birmingham Canal originally. Only 4 miles to Hatton now. We're going to do it today.
This is a Grand Union.
We're going to do the Hatton today.
And,
We're going to do the Hatton today, guys. We're doing the Hatton flight today.
no, we're bloody not doing that flight. God. Sorry, take that swear word out. Sorry.
Bloody's not a swear
I don't
word.
know. I think I've told you before, I do not like Hatton flight. They're just actually one of that first one that I'd done back there was like Hatton flight. It was a stupid little pole thing that goes up.
But
So I'm not sure if it's going to be. I think we might do half and half or something. Do you reckon?
what also, I don't know. We'll see. But what also happened is there just happened to be a bank collapse right where the water point is, where we wanted to fill up in water. And I tried to reach through and open the water, but I couldn't. And there was no lock on it, so you can unlock it. So I don't know what happened. But luckily, I remembered. Yes, there is a water point at Turner's Green. So we're going to go down to there and get water, and we're going to moor up just a little bit past the water point actually. So yeah, all things went pretty well.
Yeah.
The
Well,
weather stayed alright.
the locks went pretty well.
Well, here we are at Turner's Green. There's a water point here, so we're going to fill up on water and have ourselves a lovely bacon and duck egg sandwich. Yeah, I like my eggs broken. Fight me on the hilltop, I'd die on there, I don't care. Then I decided to walk to the mooring. But when I got there, Mum tried to get in. It was a little bit too shallow, and I said, I was in two minds anyway to go on to Hatton. Because I said to Mum, well, we might as well go to Hatton and moor up down there. Meaning I don't have to cycle an extra 4 miles next time. Oh, the sad sunken boats are still here. I believe they started sinking way back in 2016. I think the owner at the time was trying to sell the boats, but they really weren't worth anything, 1 to 2k if that was it, because they needed total rebuilds at the time, and as you can see, it didn't take long before they started sinking. The boat's called Mabel and Forget-Me-Not. The owner seemed to wanted about 10k for them, which they weren't worth that, and no one was willing to buy them for that, as they needed too much work. This is what Forget-Me-Not used to look like when she was in prime condition. And here's Mabel. She was built in 1929 and Forget-Me-Not was 1928. They spent a lot of the time as hotel boats. The sad thing about it though is Forget-Me-Not is one of, if not the last, Stephen boats Coventry left. I believe they were sold to the present owners in 1999 and they were just left here to decay since then. And now they're sadly sunken and are way beyond repair. They were just asking too much for them and no one wanted to take them on. We actually headed underneath the village of Shrewley now via the tunnel, and but it is an extremely wet tunnel. I mean, it is one of the wettest, probably wetter than Blissworth. We got soaked.
God, split the difference.
Finally moored up.
Yeah. Not exactly where we intended to moor up, is it?
No, and we've got parking on this bridge here, so that's good for Andy when he comes back on Sunday.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good day to be honest. You know, the locks were mostly in our favour, weren't they? So
Apart from, oh, this is what I forgot to mention. It would focus. Yeah. Oh yeah, it boots up the screen. Oh yeah, you're right.
yeah, alright.
Did actually come on there.
Oh,
Yeah. Drop the phone again. I mean, look at the back.
I think the phone is kaput.
Yeah. Served me well. But yeah.
We've just been chatting out here. It's a lovely couple, haven't we, Josh?
Yeah.
Richard and Mary.
They got a blog. Yeah.
She's got a blog which she hadn't put up since October last
Called
year. TLC.
Narrowboat TLC.
Narrowboat TLC.
Yeah. And we were chatting for them for about an hour. Yeah. Which
It's
is
lovely, really.
Yeah.
They're just good. They've just done Hatton flight,
yeah.
so it took them about 3 hours, I think, coming up.
They asked us if we were doing it today.
Yeah. And,
No.
and it's funny because we were chatting for about a quarter of an hour before they recognised us.
Yeah.
And then she said, "Oh gosh, Steph, I do I recognise you?" And they recognised us.
But yeah, we're here just before Hatton because it's the last parking here. There's mooring here. We're in a cutting, trees, but there's a train line there. Thankfully, this embankment does suppress a lot of the noise. So that's
Thank
good.
goodness. You know what I'm like with trains. Oh god.
But yeah, we're going to go through probably Tuesday, Monday. Dad's too tired.
Yeah,
especially due to Hatton.
Monday is usually out for us for cruising or doing anything really because Andy's too
I
shattered.
think Monday we'll drop the car in. Well, I will. I mean, we're, as in me and you, not her, 'cause she's too lazy.
Well, I'm not lazy.
I'm not lazy.
If it's 5
No,
miles, I
no,
don't
it's
mind,
not.
but it's longer than that.
No, I won't. It'll probably be like 8 miles.
Yeah,
something
no,
like
that's
that.
different.
Yeah, different.
He done that once to me, guys. He said that it was like a 6 mile walk and it ended up being 8.5 miles. So he does do that to me.
It's the only way of doing it sometimes. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe.
Yeah.
It's 100% free. And
Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah.
Nobody please unsubscribe. There's so many unsubscribed, so hopefully keep subscribing and watching. See you later, guys.
see ya.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba.